Hey, hello, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Sorry that you saw all that stuff happening on screen, but I saw there was something wrong with my setup, so I thought let's proactively already do some stuff because we knew that something was gonna go wrong. What is up, Sign? What is up, Iogo Beast? What is up, Mr. Philadeck? Here you go. Here's a high five for all of you because all of you are part of the notification squad. Kapow, kapow, and kapow. Today, what we're going to be doing is we have a voice acting coach that is going to come on the channel that is going to learn us how to do certain voice acting, which is going to be freaking amazing. I had a talk with him yesterday. We made sure that all of the Discord stuff was figured out, that he was already here. I'm gonna double check that he is here right now. He should be in the Discord, but I know like there's like a different time frame, so let's just hope that he is going to be there. What is up, Mary? How are you? I'm good. Today I had like a pretty good working day, I would say. That's why like always on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, like it takes some time for me to set up because like I worked through the entire day. I literally was ready 10 minutes ago trying to set everything up. So it's kind of kind of chaotic when I need to start certain things. Can't really stay here right now, but maybe I'll be back in an hour. Hey, that's okay, Mary. That's okay. Like, I understand. I definitely understand. So let's actually check out in the Discord if the coach is here. Just give me a second here. Well, let me see. Let me open up Fiverr because we went to Fiverr there. I need to log in again. God dang it. Don't you hate it when you have to like fill in your username and passwords constantly? Take LastPass. I'm not sponsored, but just take it because it's fucking amazing. You don't have to remember anything anymore and you can have 100 correct character passwords. I had a career meeting thing and it was just super confusing. That guy was supposed to help us choose, but instead he didn't help me at all. Yeah, that's why, Mary, like schools almost never know what to do. Like you need to look at yourself there and see what you're gonna do. I'm gonna double check here with Mr. here. Hey, are you on? I am waiting in the Discord. Hey, what's up, Face? How you doing, man? Have you had a good sleep? Because yesterday you were kind of tired, right? Also, how is the new headset, Face? Because I saw your picture in the Discord. For the people that are not in the Discord yet, here's the link as well. Let me see if this person is on there. Give me about 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, no problemo. You're fine? Or was the headset fine? Because I can imagine, like, that headset, like, it was a Razer headset, right? Oh, yeah, it's pretty great. I can imagine. I can 100% imagine. Just for the people that are waiting for the coach is right now logging into Discord. He's almost there. I have him on Fiverr here. He should be able to hear us in just a second here. Normally, at least. Because yeah, that headset, I had a Razer headset before, and I find them pretty good. I use one Razer headset on my VR of PlayStation because the earpieces you get with the VR headset in the beginning, they're just not good at all, in my opinion. And like when you have the Razer headset, it's really it blocks you off from everyone around you, and the sound that comes through is really, really good. Like, so for console players, I definitely recommend them, 100%. What's up, Boneless? You won the high five. Kapow! There we go. Also, a high five for you too, Face. Kapow! But Mary, if you ever want to talk about those career choice thingies, like, no, we do that as well on these coaching sessions, right? Trying to find what you want to do. Like, it's something that happens on this channel. So, I have a Razer mouse and it's really comfortable. Yeah, the Face has a Razer headset. The mice, I never used the mice. Like, I'm more a Logitech fan with mice. Not a specific reason. Shroud. Not a specific reason, but for the rest, yeah, I love Logitech mouses. Moose. No, moose. It's not moose. It's mice. There we go. Razer just have really badass bass. Oh yeah. What the headsets that I once bought, which was not Razer, I wanted to do like some competitive gaming on console. I used to own Turtle Beach Because for Turtle Beach, it was for me. It was just an amazing headset, to be honest. Oh wait, I can't hear you, Face. Hello? I see you're talking, but I can't see you. Wait. Let me see here. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Because I can see you talk, Face, but I can't hear you. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I cannot hear you, man. It's very weird. And I have Discord on. I'm really sure of that. Let me open my sound settings here quickly, because I know sometimes it fucks up. Discord should go to the system. Should it go to system? Yeah, it should go to system. No, it should go to Discord. It should go to... Where is it? It should go to chat, right? And the other one should go to chat as well. It's weird. I cannot hear you, Face, for some reason. Might it be on your end? Because I can see your circle talking. Like, let me show the chat here. Let me show the chat. I can see you talking. You see? I can see the green stuff. It's just I cannot hear you. And I can see here all of my sound is working. Okay, let's see what this person is saying. Oh no. You're in the waiting room? You're not in the waiting room. Oh, there he is. Hello, Jake?
Hey.
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me see.
Okay, can you see me?
I can see you now.
Nice.
I can see you now.
It's just your headset. And we're done here.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. I can hear you fine.
Excellent.
Excellent. Just the camera icon and then we're fixed.
Oh, okay, let's see. Video.
There we go. There we go. Is this? Yeah, that's the money. That's the money. There we are. Okay. Let me just quickly adjust the layer of my stream here, because it's a very specific layer. I can only do it by clicking on it with the mouse. There we go. People can perfectly see you now. I have the chat on the bottom. I have you on the left. I have myself on the right. Welcome to the stream, I would say. For the people that don't know Mr. Jake Phillips here, he's going to be the voice acting coach of today. He's going to do, well, we're just going to talk about voice acting just in general. Like, we're just going to tip our toes in the water. We don't want to drown yet. Kind of explain, Jake, what I want out of these sessions on long term. And also, like, if you guys in the chat have any questions, if you want to do any voice acting or whatever, make sure just ask the questions. We've Boneless here saying, hey, Jake, hello. And I would say maybe do a small little introduction about yourself.
Okay, very good. First, thanks for having me on.
You're welcome.
Looking forward to this. So yeah, I think there's two things you can do with voice acting. One, you can make money. Like I do it full time. I do all kind of stuff.
We all want money. I want money.
And there's that's another another conversation.
Okay.
I think a closer target, if you will, is just having fun. Just having fun, playing video games and imitating people, that kind of thing. And and I think that's what we can talk about today is sort of how do you listen, how do you break down a character voice and then try to emulate it, or at least sort of get in the ballpark, make your own little characters. It's a lot of fun, even if you're not making money at it.
Yeah, well, for me, and that's also something like I want to do honestly, or say, I would love it if there is someone that is like, hey, I like the voice that Nacho is doing, and I would love to actually have him do a character or a piece from like an anime or whatever. I think that would be like, if that would ever happen in the next 60 years that I'm still alive, or 80 years even that I'm still alive, it's going to be super cool if someone just says like, hey, you want to do some voice acting for us? So like for me, I would love it if I could earn money with it, because it would be an extra source of income for me as a content creator. I have the gear, I have everything here, so I think it would be a nice side job to say it like that.
Exactly. I think for creators, one thing that I like to encourage creators with that goal you like and recreate them. So let's say take a Dragon Ball Z clip and then dub in your own voice. And maybe, maybe Vegeta is a Scottish guy. You know what I mean? Maybe you just make him reinvent the character and put it up and make it interesting in its own way in his new voice or whatever. So yeah, I mean, there's so many possibilities, and I think with you got a fantastic setup, great sound equipment, all that. That is not a difficult target. That is not an unrealistic goal at all. You could definitely do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think anybody could. I don't have your setup. I never have, and I probably never will. And I'm doing just fine. So I think you're, all it is you focus and effort in just a little different direction. Getting a little reel, a character reel put together, that kind of thing. You could definitely do it.
Yeah. So I think one of the things that I want to get long term is something that is known in the world, but I'm just gonna say it so that everyone is on the same speed here. Is that people that have more like a lower voice or more like a bass voice, they sound more trustworthy than if you would have someone that is more like a little bit higher pitched voice. It's something that is known in human psychology and so on. So one of the things I would like to focus on is to develop my streamer voice so that when I'm talking, it's just I'm talking normally right now, but I know that there is a difference between me being on this stream or me talking to my girlfriend, talking to my parents, talking to clients and so on. It's totally different. So it would be cool to have something maybe a bigger streamer that has named Ludwig, for instance. He has a very specific voice, and people know it if they watch him. The voice is gonna sound like that. And I think it's to find my own. I don't find a name right now, but brand voice. I would say that.
Right. I think you're right.
So that would be one of the things that I would love to find out. And then other things are like doing characters like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, for instance, or I know in September there's going to be a pirate stream, and I'm gonna kind up as a pirate, do a pirate accent and be "Arr, matey, where's the rum?" Right, something like that. It would be so cool to kind of do stuff like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely. Going back to what you said about a low voice being trustworthy, I think that's exactly right. And one way that you can tell that is look at the ads on YouTube, the ads on TV, radio. A lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, they have sort of a mature mid-30s to 40s sounding voice, whether it's male or female. It just sounds, a lower voice sounds like you can trust. They're more trustworthy a lot of the time. And one of the reasons is when you are not telling the truth, when you're lying, a lot of the times you're a little bit tense, and that tightens everything up, and so your voice goes up. And so when you're relaxed, now if you're a good liar, that's different. But if a lot of the time, if you're telling the truth, I'm telling you the absolute truth, I've got nothing to hide, so I am relaxed. My vocal cords are relaxed, and that's going to cause my voice to go down.
Okay.
And that is why you sound trustworthy. It's because I've got nothing to hide. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like how Mr. Beast here says in the chat. It sounds more convincing and trustworthy, right?
Yeah. Is there can I view the chat just in case something?
Yeah, sure. You can view the chat if you go to YouTube.
Sometimes someone might say something and it's oh, that's a good point.
If you go to youtube.com and you type in /JNacho in your address bar, you should directly go to my channel, and there you should see the live stream right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
And there you will see the chat on the left side, and there you can follow the chat as well if you want to.
Gotcha. So anyway, also, it's very interesting that in nature, not just humans, but in nature in general, two examples would be the lions out in on the savannah, the African savannah, and humpback whales. All right, that's two examples. There's tons of them. Their voices, as far as their roar or their call, they're more desirable to the female and it might work the other way too. The males may like a deep voice for the female. I don't know that, but the deeper a lion's roar is, it's more disconcerting. It's like, whoa, he's got some testosterone going through his body, and so the males are the young bucks are like, I'm not messing with that lion. I'm not going over there.
Yeah.
And then the ladies are like, that lion could put some healthy babies in my lion womb.
Yeah.
And so like deeper in nature is a lot of the times, it's got good things attached to it.
Oh, that's actually cool to know. Like it would just be weird if it is also like the lion, the female. It's like the male lion would just be like, oh yeah, listen to that voice. That's the female. That's the one I want, right? Like it would just be weird, like in human culture. Like I just imagine like my girlfriend walks in and is like, can I get a kiss? Like, no. that would be very weird.
Well, I think a perfect example of a low female voice that's very sexy is Cate Blanchett in a lot of the stuff she's been in. Cate Blanchett. So she was
Cate Blanchett. Okay, let me Google her.
She's an amazing actress, does tons of stuff.
Oh yeah, I see her here. She was in Ocean's 8. Wow.
What's that?
She was in Ocean 8. I didn't know that. Like Ocean 11, but then like 3 numbers lower.
She's in so much stuff, but was in Lord of the Rings. Where she's I mean, as the Fellowship of the Ring opens, her voice is like, I can feel it in the air.
I know. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean now. I know what you mean.
Somebody will know her character in Lord of the Rings. It's amazing. Anyway, so just because a female voice is deep, I don't think it means it sounds manly necessarily. It just sounds like, it can healthy, sexy, whatever. Yeah. It's just, it's a good thing. So all that to say, if your voice is high, don't worry about it. I think each voice level is going to have its own pros and cons. We're talking about low voices and the pros of low voices. A con of a low voice is it gets drowned out in background noise easily. So when I used to work I was in the military and in a factory. So a lot of times there's machine noise. And so it'll get to a certain threshold. And so it would drown out my voice if I talk normal. So I would talk like this. Hey guys, listen up. Yeah. And so I would have to get above that noise. And if I wasn't able to do that, I wouldn't be able to be understood. So each vocal range has its own pros and cons. And, I think wherever your voice is naturally, obviously you can work to push it up and push it down. But, if we don't sound like James Earl Jones, it's okay. Yeah. Not many people are going to sound like Darth Vader.
So it's more like the lower or like the more bassy, I would say, the voice is, like the more trustworthy it is, but the more like you would like lift your voice up, like it's the more you would reach over other things that might just have a lower sound. Because if I understand it correctly, then I can already see like why a streamer like Ludwig is pretty good, because what his voice is I'll just try and do like an impression of him. It's definitely like, you can never impress the master, right? But just it would be like, boys. Well, okay, that was way too high. That was way too high. It's more like, boys. Well, that's for me, that's too low. That's more like Kratos from God of War. But he has this like very, you can do it. It's unique. It has like some I want to say gird, but it's not gird. It's like it has like this treble in his voice, where if he says something, it's the mix between annoying and I have to listen to this because I might die if I don't. Like it's literally it's right in between. It's not the one, it's not the other. It's right in between. And that's, I think, like why when he says something, it's just like you're just drawn to it when he says it.
Right. I think that's great. I'm not familiar with Ludwig.
Yeah.
But I can that is a fantastic explanation. And if he's a big streamer, I've no doubt that's one of the reasons for his success, is because he makes you hold on to his words. I think that's a great description.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about. But if I found him, I would be like, yeah, that's great. And I think any character you come up with, and wherever your voice is, if you have a high pitched voice, don't worry about it. One of the toughest guys that I know I've ever met, his name Rudy Reyes. He was in Marine Recon, U.S. Marine Corps Recon.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually one of the characters on Call of Duty.
Oh, really?
He talks about like this. He's got this real high voice. Hey, Jake, it's good to meet you, brother. Yeah. I love it. Oh, yeah. So truth and power, baby. He's got this high voice. If I heard him on the phone, I'd be like, oh, I could kick this guy.
Yeah, I could take him.
No. And because he's like a world martial artist, but also a Marine. I mean, no, there's no way I could do anything to this guy he didn't want me to do.
Yeah.
But his voice is so much higher than mine. It's way up here. It doesn't matter where your voice is. It's how you use it. It's the attitude is going to be the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think, let's say in your case, the goal is to speak lower. The first thing I would say is to relax. Relax as much as you can. And what that does is it lets your vocal cords, instead of being tight, it loosens them up, and it can just, you can talk like right out of your guts, up your diaphragm.
Yeah.
You can make it hit the back of your throat if you want to add some character to it. Kind of like, talking from the back of your throat. So it's,
I'm going to shoot you in the face. Something like that, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to kill you where you stand. And then, but then if you don't hit the back of your throat, it could be the same guy, but he's more like, hey, you need to come over here. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
And so it's a little different sound without the rasp of sort of hitting the back of the throat. That's just one way if you can adjust how it sounds and things like that.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, I think the best way of doing it is sort of explore the space of your own mouth, of your own, your throat, your diaphragm, where you're pushing your air from, all that kind of stuff. So I thought I would give you a couple assignments here.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do it. We'll see.
Now,
we'll see how it goes.
So before we settle, we'll sort of we'll be all over the place. Just sort of explore the space. All right. So you are 10 years old. You're a girl, and you're French, and you are an absolute brat, just a brat, and you want ice cream right now, and nobody's getting it for you.
Okay.
All right. Let's do that.
Okay, so wait. Just to reiterate, because I wanna really get in this role. Like I wanna fucking kill it, right? So I'm a 10-year-old girl. I'm annoyed. I'm agitated. I want ice cream right now. Is it like people around me or something that I can work with?
Yeah, I think be wherever you want to be, but basically you are not getting what you want, and you're used to getting what you want.
Okay.
But you're not. So there's that anytime you have a role or a script that you're looking at, you always want to find the point of contention. And the point of contention in here is you want ice cream. Nobody's getting it for you like they're supposed to.
Okay.
What the hell's going on? Okay. So that's where the head can be.
Okay. So I'll just try and get into this higher voice. Okay.
Okay.
No, Daddy, please just let me go get some ice cream. It's right there. No, Daddy, go back. No, I want ice cream right now. I'm going to go on the floor. No, Daddy, stop it. Why are we not getting ice cream? I would love some ice cream. I just want vanilla. Okay.
Very
was
nice.
That good?
Okay.
Was that good?
That was great. Okay. So here, my breakdown of that character is she wants it really bad, but Dad is the boss.
Yeah.
Let's adjust to where she's the boss and her dad's the one doing the begging. So she's running the show.
Okay.
But that was fantastic. Now let's just adjust fire.
Okay, well, for me, it's hard to know like how is a girl going to be the boss of the dad? Because that's like for me mostly, and that is maybe because I've not seen it in life, right? Where the girl is just like, yeah, hey dad, I want this, and the dad is like, no, fuck you, we'll just walk, right? Like I've never seen I have seen the opposite, but they would just be. I wouldn't know how a 10-year-old would dominate like a freaking male is
okay,
for
so here's
40
an
years
example.
old. Yeah.
The her dad has a lot of money, doesn't spend a lot of time with her because he's always busy out getting his money. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of she gets everything she wants, and he is not even a big part of her life. So he is willing to do anything to make her happy and be quiet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, now that I got that scenario, like it's definitely it's different because like how I would play the character is more she wants to more kind of blackmail him. Like the dad doesn't want to spend time with his daughter, so he just throws money at her. So that's kind of the thing, right?
It could be that, or maybe he's at heart he's a good guy, but he never spends time with her because he's too busy making money. So now here's the one time a week, a month.
Oh yeah,
they're spending time together.
I think I got something.
She's going nuts because she wants something. He's not giving it to her.
Okay, I think I got something. So same scenario. Take two, right? Ed? Take two.
Take two.
Yeah. Daddy, I want some ice cream, please. Like, no, please, let me go. No, I want to go now. You like, mom buys ice cream for me. You don't have the money for it? Are you just poor, Daddy? Because my mommy's richer than you right now. Huh? I just want vanilla. And you don't even want to buy me chocolate? We just went through the chocolate store. You're buying me ice cream right now, or you don't love me anymore. Oh, thank you. Here's your money.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's awful.
She's fucking annoying. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Holy shit.
That's great. Okay, so what did that feel like in your throat? What were you? What did you do to get there?
I think if I would do it longer than I would say 5 minutes, I would need to have to drink water, because what I do is I pull something up like right in front of here, and like it starts. It feels scratchy. Like it's like instead of like lower, it's like more here. I would say it's like higher up.
Very good. That was I really that was thoroughly entertaining. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
That's what we're here for. Someone in chat kind of want to slap that girl. God damn. And I played it well, right? And I played it well.
You played it well. Played it well. All right. So here's the next assignment.
Okay.
Out west in the 1800s. Okay.
Okay.
We're in a bank. All of a sudden, the door bursts open, and a cowboy with a mask, you know, the old bandana.
It's COVID.
Around, yeah, and this was back before it was cool to wear a mask. It was the opposite. Now they won't let you in with it.
That's true.
Or without it. Back then it was, oh shit, it's a mask. All right, so he comes in. He's got two pistols, and this guy is you, by the way. And
that's me. Okay,
has a lisp. Okay, and he demands to. He's got a. He's a bad guy. He's there to rob the bank, but he's got a lisp.
Okay. Can you just give an example from a lisp so I make sure that it's the same thing? That like also for chat, because sometimes like people might confuse English.
A lisp would be where you don't say your F's.
Oh yeah.
So it's harder to take him seriously, even though he has a gun.
Okay. and like I can choose. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I heard I just heard what you did. It's more like the normal voice, but it's more like doing that, right?
Right. So it's like, have you ever seen the old cartoon Daffy Duck?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen him. Yeah.
That's his style. He talks like this.
Yes.
Have a
tongue
out there.
Beat a duck. Yeah. Beat a duck. Exactly. Beat a duck. Okay. Well, this is gonna be hard, because I really have to like analyze what word has an S in it, because like English is not my first language. So we might take like a couple tries on this one. So
okay, for sure.
I'm trying to find like a good sentence. Like, why would I go in a bar when it's the 1800s? Oh no, wait, we're in a bank, right? We're not in a bar. We're in a bank.
So how about this? Say, excuse me, give me all your money.
Oh yeah,
that'll have a couple.
Yeah, but we're in a bank. We're not in a bar, right?
That's right. The bank.
Okay, bank. So okay, because I thought I was in a bar. Okay, we're in a bank.
Okay, bank.
Okay, I'm really trying to find something that I would say if I go into a bank. Okay, so I got. Okay, so I'm a cowboy, 1800s. I just got off my horse. Red Dead Redemption. I go through the gate. There's a bank there. There's like bank people looking at me, and they're like very terrified. And I'm just like, give me all your money because I'm going to buy a lot of booze and a lot of other things that you don't, that doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what I want to do. Give me the money.
There you go. So their fear is going to be like, oh, he has a gun. Oh, he sounds like an idiot. So it'll be funny.
It actually sounded like it. I couldn't find words that made it better.
That's great. Okay, so but yeah, I think that's a fun. Anytime you can put something into a character that you're doing, it could be a lisp, it could be a filler word at the end of a sentence, like
Okay.
So you could be like, or the same character, maybe he doesn't have a list, but to put in a filler word, I come in, hey, open that bank or open that safe and, give me the money. So when you drop in a filler word, it just makes it a lot of times a little more real because people say, like, so I was like going to the thing, and
yeah.
The little, when you drop in filler words, a lot of times that makes it seem more conversational.
Okay.
But yeah, that's another way of adding character to a voice that you're doing.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I got one more. This is a long time ago. This is, I don't know, the Jurassic period, let's say.
Oh, nice.
Okay, you are a T-Rex, the terror of the plane.
Okay. I'm a T-Rex. Let's do it.
All right. But you're a coward. You're scared of your own shadow. You're jumpy. It's like you should be, you look at you like, oh, he's scary. And yet you're scared of the pterodactyl. You're scared of the dodo bird. You're just like, no, it's everything scares you, even though you look tough. You're not. Okay.
But how would a dinosaur talk? Like, am I gonna have to do like or stuff like that, or do I actually have to talk?
I mean, I would say if this was, let's say, a kids show, it could be. I think it could go either way. You could have a high voice, you could have a deep voice, and a lot of the times when it is, when you're trying to work contrast into scenes, that's one of the things that makes scenes interesting is contrast. So let's say he's big, little T-Rex arms, scary. He's got the sharp teeth. He
already got something. Yet. Yeah, already got something.
Okay. And he's got a deep voice.
Yeah.
But oh shit. He's like he's scared. But he doesn't have to have a high voice. He can. He doesn't have to. He could be a deep voice, and that kind of plays off of the fun of him being terrified.
Yeah. Like I think how
I've never been more scared in my life.
I think how I would kind of play him is introduce him as this badass dinosaur, and then whenever he sees something weird, then he like jumps, and it's like for the weirdest stuff, right?
Right.
It would kind of be like, yes, I'm the apex predator, and I see my goal. It's right in front of mosquito. It's still there, so we should eat it. It's not watching me. I can go. Light is perfect. I'll just look behind me, shadow. It is better. Yes, I'm ready to get him right now. Something like that.
Exactly. Okay. That's great, because I think that makes it interesting, because he doesn't even know he's a coward. You know what I mean? Like he thinks I'm a T-Rex, I'm tough.
Yeah.
Gosh. And then he goes back to thinking he's tough. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good character development.
Mm-hmm.
You're sort of in the T-Rex's head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
I like that. I like that. So if you're going to talk in your at your deepest, give me a low voice that's comfortable, that you feel like you could like read a story, you know, a 10-minute, 15-minute story.
Okay, wait. Let me
forcing it down.
Let me actually do something here. I could because then I'm gonna now not focus on trying to find something to say, but I'll just Google badass story right now, and I'll just read something from whatever is being said there. Then I can really focus on the voice. Let me see here. 320 badass story ideas. Let's go. On Pinterest, perfect webpage. Let me see here. Everyone has a Reaper. The further away it is, the longer you have left to live. Every day it inches a little bit closer, but it is always there. Except yours, which disappeared 3 weeks ago. I pulled over to the side of the highway, legs aching from sitting so long. I was in the middle of nowhere and I'd driven hours to get here. I steeled myself and turned off the car. Everyone's born with one. A Reaper. People say nobody's Reaper looks the same. Like everyone's personal terrifying snowflake of death. No one knows for certain, though, because you can only see your own Reaper. Very little is actually known about them. It's hard to study something you can never touch. The car door slammed shut more loudly than I intended. Now that the engine was off, the only other sounds were the wind softly trickling through the brown grass and the soles of my sneakers on the pavement. For miles around me, there was only grassland. Flat. Empty. I turned round and round, searching. Saw nothing. When you're born, your Reaper's far away. From that moment, it starts to move closer. Sometimes, it's slow. Not even an inch over years. Sometimes you look up and it's standing face to face with you. You think, wow, this shit is long. I'm not gonna read everything. But I think, like, that is comfortable, but, like, I feel like a sore coming over here. Like, I feel that after a while I should be able to, like, drink some water.
Right. Okay. So an audiobook style or story reading is going to be a little different generally. Like an animation, you can sort of, you can push it, like, all that kind of stuff. Whereas if you're narrating, you're telling the story, you want it to sound the same, but also you're more relaxed. And a lot of the times, especially in something with suspense, you can use pauses to your advantage.
Yeah.
So it's like you're giving your vocal cords rest as you go. So, there I was.
Yeah. That's not okay. Yeah, because I was going too fast.
Yeah. So, like, if you slow down and relax a little more, and don't worry about the depth. You've already got a low voice. Just relax and be like you're telling a very scary story, and see how it sounds.
And at this moment, he fucked up. That's a meme. I had to do the meme. Let me see if I do. I have the rest of that story. I have it. Wait. Let me just read. Let me just read further away. I think, like, and then, like, stop at some points so that you can, like, give pointers or something like that. Let me see where I was. We're up. Okay, there we go. When you're born, your Reaper is far away. From that moment, it starts to move closer. Sometimes it's slow, not even an inch over years. Sometimes you look up, and it's standing face to face with you. The things you can do affect how quickly it moves. My grandfather confessed that this Reaper started moving faster the day he first smoked a cigarette. Drunks report getting behind the wheel of their cars only to see their Reaper sitting beside them.
Very nice.
Okay.
So slowing down and putting those pauses in between, I think it helps build the what's going to happen? What's it going to say next?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel it myself as well. Like it gives you more suspense, I would say. Like you can really work with it instead of just like reading it line by line and just go as fast as you can. It's more about that pause.
Exactly. A lot of the times the pause is where the suspense goes through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, because you can have a great voice, but you could have a high voice, but if you're doing it with the pauses, like, you know, you could have a little like a kid doing it. It's like, everybody's born with the Reaper. Sometimes they're, you know, it's like,
yeah,
it could be, it doesn't matter where your voice is. Those pauses can really make you some money in the suspense department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually cool and great because like when I did the acting coach that came on like 2 or 3 weeks ago, she also said like mentioned pauses, and also the public speaking coach from a week ago or 2 weeks ago also mentioned pauses that are very, very powerful, and you should be able to use it like whenever you feel it's right.
I 100% agree with both of them.
Okay.
I think that's I think the pauses are almost as important as what you're saying. Not quite, but a close second.
Okay.
Because a lot of the times you're going to, if you're talking so fast that your audience hear and register in their mind, they're going to, you know, the information you're putting out is going to sort of go behind them. Whereas if you say, you know, if I say, hi, my name is Jake. I'm a voice actor. I'm an Army veteran. I like, you know, whatever. Now I'm giving you time. His name is Jake. He's, you know, I'm giving you time for your brain to process.
Plus, you sound super relaxed when you say it that way, because like I know that mostly in my streams, how the streams go is literally like, this is how I did my intro. Really, it was just about hey guys, what's up? Today we're gonna do some voice acting. We got Jake Phillips over here. Like, you're trying to get as much information in there as you can, while if I would have been more like, hey, what's up guys, today we have a voice acting stream. Jake here is going to be on the stream. We're going to be talking about Vegeta. We're going to be talking about all this stuff and so on. Like, I feel that my natural voice is fast, so I really need to slow that down, I would say.
And I mean, you have to have your own style. I mean, there's definitely a style of, you know, high energy. And a lot of the times you can get more, you know, put out a little more information, talk a little faster. But I think having pauses is still important. Even if you're not necessarily talking slowly, you're still giving it time for the words you just said to enter my ear holes. Okay. And then now when you say your next sentence, I've just learned something that you've said, and now we're continuing forward.
Yeah.
Some people, and some YouTubers are terrible about it. They'll just say, hey guys, today we're going to have Jake on here. And they don't ever even pause.
Yeah, they don't even breathe.
It's like you're drinking out of a fire hose, and there's all this water squirting out, and you're just getting a couple of drops. You're not really picking up much. Because yeah, use those little slight pauses to your advantage. That's effective.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you want to kind of touch on sort of building a character?
Yeah, sure. Like, I think like one of the main focuses would now be is like to try and find that streamer voice, I would say. I think that is the most important thing right now. And then maybe in the next sessions that are going to be in the couple months or months after this, that we really go for like specific characters that we're trying to play.
Okay. So you're just talking about your own, like the camera is on and you're engaging your character, right?
Yeah. So basically I'm playing a game right now. I'm just trying to explain like, hey guys, I'm going to go left. This is what I'm going to do. I'm picking up this gun. I'm going to shoot the guy that is 400 meters away. Like that is what the voice sounds now. And I think I want to get it just like this little bit lower. Because what I've actually done, and I don't know if I can show that to you. I hope so. I have something which is called a Go XLR, and what the Go XLR has, it has an option to do certain effects on some kind of like how do you call it, an equalizer that actually goes through that thing and then does like some things with your voice. So for example,
in real time.
Yeah.
Production.
Yeah. So let me just quickly check here what the settings are of the mic. So for example, like my lowers, so 71 hertz is like put on -9, so it's like almost 0. Then 83, it's like boosted with 9. 181 is 7. 250 is 7. Then we have 300 is -3, and like I have some couple other settings. Wait, let me share that to you with like a screenshot, and let's also show chat here for a bit so that chat also sees what I have. There we go. So chat, you can see here, these are the settings that I'm currently using for my voice. It's like a fine tune. I'm also going to send a picture to Mr. Philip here. There we go. Now you have the picture as well. It's just in the chat box. And you should have it too.
Okay.
So that is what I have right now. So we can work with this up front before we maybe do some voice stuff. I don't know, because like I could just try and talk a little bit lower, but I don't know if there's anything in these settings that might be helpful as well.
I can't see very well. The 0.3 kHz, is that what it says?
Yeah, 0.3. That's like 300 normally.
Right. I would have that one, and is it 1.6?
Yes.
I would have them up a little higher than that.
Okay, so
I would move the I can't figure out how to blow this up. The second one from the left.
Well, you can just say the number. You can just say the number, like 0.3. How much? Well,
that's what I'm saying. I can't tell what the. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, 83. The 83. I would bump it down just a little bit.
Okay, so we're gonna bump it down just a little bit. It's on 6 now.
Okay, so I would go with the. Let's see.
I can change the sliders, by the way, as well.
What's that?
I can change the sliders as well. Like, it's not a set thing. I can change the hertz that you say, like, okay, I want to change it to that hertz or so on. I can change whatever you want.
Okay. Basically, what I like to do is have the 71 and 83 down lower.
Okay, so
then there ought to be a straight line.
Okay, so
like everything else is bumped up.
Okay, so 71 and 83, you want them on -9, for example. That's the first two.
Well, I would say put 83 on about -7.
-7. Okay, we're going there. Normally, people in chat should be hearing the voice difference as well already.
Yeah, and this is kind of like industry type of thing, so I don't know if it'll be drastic. But let's just play with this for a second.
Yeah, indeed.
So on 181, I would bump it all the way up.
Okay, 9.
250 go to 9.
9.
0.3 go to 9.
Yes.
0.9 go to 9.
Yes.
Let's see. It's okay. So let me see. All right. Let's do it this way. 181 through 2.6. I said 9. Let's do all those 8.
So wait, 181 to 9, all on 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
181, 250, 0.3, 0.9, 1.6, 2.6, all at about 8.
8. Okay. Yes.
And then 6.5 and 7.3, put them at 9.
9. Okay, that's what I have right now.
Okay.
So that's exactly the voice that you're hearing right now. That is with the settings that you just gave me.
Okay. The what I think that's going to I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think right now it sounds more radio-y, I would say. Yeah, it's like a weird feeling. Like before, I was more, I don't know. It was less radio-y, I would say, and it was more. I don't know. Does it feel muddy? I have no clue if it's muddy right now.
I mean, it doesn't sound muddy to me, but also we've got the internet and all that, so
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure. I think the main thing is you need to be happy with the way you sound because it's like art. We could both look at the same painting and you hate it and I love it,
Yeah.
and vice versa. And like some people love Picasso paintings. I don't really like Picasso paintings; they don't make sense to me. And then I like Rembrandt. Well, maybe that's too dark, too realistic.
Yeah.
Totally fine. It's art. That's what art is, and that's what we're doing here. I think you need to make it where you like it,
Okay.
and then, because I mean, you know enough about audio, and you're techie. You're not going to go wrong.
Okay.
You're going to be okay, whatever you decide upon. I don't think you're going to make a bad decision. Will everyone agree with it? Maybe not, but it's not going to sound bad.
Well, right now I
And
almost
then,
have everything boosted, so I'm just gonna see what happens if I do the 83 and so on. Okay, well, this might sound good. It's just like the voice sounds a little bit like a mosquito, I would say. So maybe like a little bit higher. I would put that a little bit lower, maybe around like 3 or 4. I think this could be pretty natural at what I have right now, or naturaler, I would say.
Okay.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing with it right now. I think this sounds a little bit better already. But I'll check this out after stream again.
Okay.
We have a question in the chat here. Does the coach know any American VAS, like in general, not personally?
VAS. What is that?
I have no clue what VAS is, or VA.
Can they
voice acting, voice actors maybe. I think that's VA. If you know any American voice actors.
Yeah, there's a guy named Jess Harnell. He was Ironhide in the Transformers. He was you can look him up on IMDb. He's been in most of the Pixar movies. He's in one of the Toy Story shorts stuff. Yeah, I've worked with him before. I did a couple characters in a scene for an audio drama. Amazing voice. He's a good guy to look up. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. Jess Harnell, amazing actor. Also, John Rhys Davis from Lord of the Rings. He played Gimli, Lord of the Rings. I've worked with him. He's a really good actor, really nice person.
She asked if you know Edward Bosco.
No, I don't.
Oh. Just like because she knows, and she just wanted to know if you knew her or him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them.
Okay. Let's see here. I've played a little bit with the voice modulator. Modulator. I would say equalizer again. It's like I'm on a voice right now. I think I would like. I've just changed up it just a little bit. I could boost the bass as I just did. And I'm just going to put this one on max as well. I don't know if this sounds good to you right now, because this is already lower. I'm boosting the 71 and 83. It sounds a little bit muddy, I would say, but it's the lower voice I want to go for, I would say.
Okay. Well, I think you sound fine. I think it sounds great. So,
okay.
Everybody's different, but I think it sounds great.
Okay.
So I would say, find the thing that pick vocal range is the best, and then work on the relaxing point, that part.
Okay.
The performance part of it.
Okay, so it's more about relaxing. I'll just sit in my chair right now. I'll get my cigar out, get maybe a glass of wine, just like go around like this and be like, "Hey, what's up, boys? Today it's going to be voice acting."
Very nice.
Okay, it's all about relaxing then. Well, that's gonna be tough because I have very stressful days.
Well, that's part of gotta get a little Shaolin, do some meditation or something. A little hard. Like in my case, I might have to do a commercial where I'm trying to sound happy, like, "Hey, come into our business and we'll give you whatever. It'll be great." But if I've just had a stressful moment or stressful day, it's going to sound like, "Hey, come into here and we'll give you a nice massage and it'll be great." That's not going to work. And so I have to do things like, okay, I'm just going to sit here for a minute and stare at the wall and take some deep breaths and massage my earlobes and whatever I got to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything?
However you relax, that's what you're gonna have to do.
Is there anything you can give tips for as well for like lowering the voice that you normally talk with? Is there some exercise you might be able to do through the day?
Say that last line again. I think I cut out on you.
So, like, are there any things that you could do through the day to like train your voice to go lower, or if you wanted to go lower?
Yes. One thing I like to do is like hum one note. Okay, so don't worry about a song, just find one note and go and just relax as much as you can while humming that note.
Okay. So it would be kind of like wait, I'm feeling like what do you do if you have slime, right? Like, yes, I feel that I have it right now and it's causing this vibration in like my throat.
Right. A lot of times that can kind of a slimy buildup can be something from something that you've eaten or drank. A lot of people that drink wine when they're voice acting, they say it has a tacky, the tannin in the wine makes a lot of mouth noise. So voice actors stay away from wine a lot of the time. Milk will sort of make your vocal cords slimy to some people. Not really to me, but I've got other things. What I would do is sort of gently, just sort of clear your throat, nothing harsh, very gently. And then once you feel like you're nice and clean, not slimy, no mucus in there, then just find your note and go, all right. Okay. And then work your way down. So it's like,
that last one was good.
Yeah. So just but the main thing is relax. So even if it doesn't sound musical, like it might not sound nice, you might be hitting some sour note. That's okay. The main thing is that your vocal cords are sort of doing this right here.
Okay.
Just relaxing.
Because for me, like, one of the things that is hard to do as well is like stay on a note, because I have actually something that if I press this button, I can do this. Like it makes like this auto-tuney voice. But whenever I'm saying it and it changes notes, you notice immediately because it just goes like, hey! that's like what happens. Because like the software itself is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, just stay on note, boy. Like, and you can do it both with low voices, but like if you go wrong there, like it just, you feel it immediately. So I know that's an issue that I have right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the way it sounds, since this is a relaxation exercise. So a perfect example is in yoga. Have you ever done yoga?
I've never done yoga. No. Like, do I see like I do yoga?
Hey, it's for everybody. All right, so one of the funniest things in yoga is the instructor's always like, relax, just relax every part of your body, relax every muscle, relax this, relax whatever. I've been in where it's like, okay, relax. And you'll hear like, you're like, someone will just blast one because they're relaxed. That's exactly what they're supposed to be doing. that didn't sound good. It's not, sexy or whatever. That's okay. Don't worry about that. That person is relaxed though.
Yeah.
Your voice is like that. If you make weird noises or it doesn't sound musical or great, don't worry about it. The main thing is that you are sort of relaxing and working your way down or up in sort of the vocal register. And I think the more that you sort of relax and exercise them, the better you can, find your vocal
Okay.
range,
So
which can be very permanent.
I'll just try and do one and see how it goes, and maybe you can give like some pointers if there are pointers, right? Okay, so I'll just like close my eyes. I'll just get into the moment. Just be relaxed and just be like, okay, wait, like get the mic a little bit closer, or you can't hear me. And I'll just be like, like at the end, like I wanted to go lower, or just can't right now. Otherwise,
Okay.
like if I would go lower, it starts scratching on the back actually of my throat, I would say, because
Right.
then it would be more like do you hear the
Right, you don't
yeah
want to-
yeah that's not
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
want to do, because I could do that for 5 seconds and I'm dead.
Yeah, that's not relaxing.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
yeah, you can do. Yeah.
no. So the thing is like how would you like go lower without going to the part?
Well, it may be that I mean, because when I get to a certain point, I have the same exact feeling.
Mm.
Maybe my lower is lower than your lower,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're at the bottom, you're just going to feel that. So maybe that's about as low as you can go comfortably. That's okay. Just keep working it, and I guarantee you it'll go down a little bit. As far as the notes that you can hit comfortably will start to, go down.
Yeah. So it's like, if this has to be like a daily exercise that you should do, like how long would you recommend doing it, like every day?
I mean, I think a couple times a day for 2, 3, 4 minutes. You don't want to tire them out, especially in your case where you talk for long periods of time. You don't want to sort of destroy your vocal cords.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, think of it as like you're doing yoga. This is relaxing them. It's not tearing them down. And so it's it's not like you're shouting at whatever the bad guys. You're just relaxing. So 2, 3 minutes. Work those notes individually.
Mm-hmm.
And then sort of do a scale and see if you can do it effortlessly. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sort of
yeah,
do a
yeah.
little sliding scale and see if you can make it smooth. That's another good one sort of to play with. And you never want to, you don't want to strain. This is a relaxation exercise.
Okay. Like I see in chat here as well, like people are saying like that you have a good point, and then we have Frederick here that says like singing can be a very good warm up to hit more lower notes, but I'm not quite sure if it's the best for voice VC voice. I don't know what VC is right now. Voice channels, voice acting, voice career. Like it's, I think about the top voice coaching maybe.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got their own opinion, but I would definitely tell anyone that is trying to develop range. I mean, if you're trying to be a voice, you have to make
Right.
sounds. You're not. It's hard to relax. It's hard to develop sounds when you're not making sounds. So I would definitely do some kind of exercise where you're exhaling air across your vocal cords, which will, make some sort of sound. Now, I'm not a singer, but I think you need to do some kind of thing like that personally.
Do you have a warm-up training you could do, like for instance, like before the stream starts, half an hour before it starts, do this training for like 5 minutes or something that warms up your voice before you just go immediately in and your voice is like, ah, right?
Yeah. So a lot of times I will either sing or hum a bedtime story, like a bedtime lullaby from wherever you're from. That's one of the best things that I've found personally. I do that a lot, and that helps me. It's sort of, because when you get out of bed in the morning, you know how your arms and legs, they can be. You don't jump out of bed and just take off sprinting. You're not ready for that. You need to, you know, warm up a little bit. Voice is the same way. So I think that for me, I like to hum or to sing like a light melody. That helps me personally.
Okay. Well, then I think I'm gonna do the best thing that I can do, and is I'm gonna try and find a sea shanty that we could do. That would be perfect.
Oh yeah, shoot, yeah. Sea shanties are awesome.
Yeah, I just have to find one that is public domain, because otherwise it's pretty hard to sing on stream, because I could get DMCA'd if we sing songs that are how I would say, that are still domain stuff. Like you have to you have to wait at least 85 years, I think, before, like, I don't know the exact number. It's like a very high number. But every song that was created before 1913 or 1912 are only the songs that you can sing right now, or like have the lyrics from, put them on stream or whatever, and you will not be in trouble. Everything that's before that year, if you even say like one chorus on stream, DMCA.
Really?
Yeah, like we have to watch out for this stuff. Like that's why we pay for Pretzel Rocks. It's like something you pay for, and every time you play, the people that created the song originally get paid, because the persons like Pretzel Rocks hold now the rights and whatever, and they say, okay, if you play the song, we will pay them out normally as long as you just give us every month so much and blah blah blah. So we have to watch out what we sing right now. So it's just like you cannot just sing anything. You have to really watch out with this stuff and make sure it's public domain.
Okay.
I'm just quickly Googling sea shanties before 1914. But I have to watch out, because if I put something on, mostly they have sound on them. Here's one. Sea Shanty Santa Ana. Okay, let me see. Where are the lyrics? Here we go. I don't know the rhythm right now. Wait, let me just... Can I mute it to the stream? No, I can't mute it to the stream. It's like... Oh, we're sailing across the river from Liverpool. Heave away, Santian. Like something like that. And then like try and just hum that, for instance, throughout the day. Could be something.
Exactly. If you're not now, if you're sort of trying to go low, it might be stressful, and you don't want that. But if it's in a range that it's for you, definitely go for it, because that'll warm it up. Because in a warm up, you're not necessarily pushing for range. You're just trying to warm it up so that you can start exploring your range. So yeah, whatever is in your normal vocal range that is effortless and everyone has it, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely try and see like what songs are there. Like I know a couple songs that I could be singing because the text is very easy. It is more like these minor songs, and then I mean like miners as in people going into a mountain or whatever, like mining rocks. What was that one song again?
16 tons.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's how.
That's a good one.
That's like it was just like pew, like we had telepathy. Like that's the exact song I was thinking of.
Nice.
It's like this
that's
one.
A great one, because that sounds very good in a low.
Oh yeah.
Bass.
It's
voice.
so
That sounds real good.
It's so easy to sing. 16 tons. I don't actually know if we can sing it, but I'll just sing the beginning here. So it's literally like, for the people that don't know 16 tons, should really look up the song. It's an amazing song. And it's just like this, like there's just this man with the most manly voice you will ever hear in your entire life. That is just like, some people say a man is made out of mud. Doom doom. A poor man's made of muscle and blood. Doom doom. Like it's an amazing song. It's really good.
It is. Yeah, that's great. That's a great one to do.
Yeah. Okay. I will definitely try and maybe like, well, I'll sing the song a couple times a day. I think that would be a good one. Okay, well, I see we're here over like an hour right now. I don't know like how it's with your time. Would this be a time that it's no fine? Worries. Okay. I don't know like how long can you still continue, because I think like we found out like what I want to do with my voice and how I should train into to like get lower. Okay. Have you seen the requests I did about Vegeta, like how we would go on to kind of get to that voice?
Yeah, so yeah, if you want to move on to that, I would say we can do that. I've got a client I need to record something for here shortly, but yeah, let's definitely touch Vegeta.
Okay.
So just some characteristics to think about with that voice. He's got an American or North American accent.
Yes.
You know, it's sort of general. He's very bass. He really has some good sort of a booming bass sound.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very assertive.
Yeah.
Okay. There's never any sort of question about what he means or what he's driving at. He doesn't beat around the bush. He means, hey.
Yeah, this is business. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am Prince of all Saiyans. You have to listen to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no question about what he thinks about whatever you're talking about. He's very assertive. He always inflects downwards. So a lot of people, you know, in the US, a lot of people will talk almost in question form. They'll say a statement of fact as a question. So like, I went to get a cup of coffee the other day, and I went to the store, and it's like you're telling me a fact, and yet you're posing it like a question.
Yeah.
He definitely does not do that. It's like, okay. I went to get a cup of coffee. You know, it's like you know exactly what he's doing. All right. I think it comes from low in the diaphragm, but he definitely has a little bit where it's a little bit throaty. It's just a little bit throaty.
Okay.
And I think the best way of imitating somebody is to find a video of them and listen and go line by line and imitate them to the best of your ability exactly. Okay.
Okay.
What that's going to do is, you know, if you're, you know, you're coming from your chest, you know, it's back of, and you say, okay, I think I'm picking it up. Then you record yourself and then compare. You know, be honest with yourself. You can even show somebody, hey, does this remind you of Vegeta or whatever? And then once you can take sort of recreate something, then what I like to do is then get a piece of script that has something totally. It's not Dragon Ball Z script. It might be ordering you know, pizza from the local place
or ice cream with your dad.
Demanding ice cream. Yeah, 10-year-old French girl Vegeta. You know, then when you can just speak normally, that's when you know you really have it. Now there's different methods per se of getting a voice, but that's what I would do. Find his you know, some stuff on YouTube that he's, you know, clearly speaking in. Imitate exactly that. Record yourself, compare it, and then you're going to start to feel. It doesn't take very long to say, okay, here's what it feels like in my chest, in my throat, in my inflection.
Okay.
Like I'm thinking, I feel like a tough guy just talking about it, and pretty soon, you know, you're Vegeta at that point, and then you can say your own thing. You don't need script, or you don't have to imitate him. Now you're sort of in his head, and you can talk like him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is just like try and watch as many videos of them as possible, and then like it's like tuning your frequency yourself until you get to the point where you're exactly on the same wavelength, I would say.
Right. So and it doesn't have to be a lot of videos. It could be one, the one you sent me yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, just watch that one, and every time he says a line, pause it and repeat it, and then hit play again.
Okay.
He says another line, pause it, repeat it. Do a few lines like that, and then try to record yourself, and then kind of compare it. Because a lot of times that you'll say, "Oh, I need to be a little more raspy in my throat," or something like that.
Yeah, because he has that a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not super harsh. It's just slight. So, I think you can learn a lot by imitating and then listening back, and then pretty soon you don't need the script. You can sort of talk like him, just extemporaneous, just sort of improv, say your own thing as that character, and that's where you want to be.
And like, you have listened to him, right? Like, what would be some tips to get into his voice? Because right now, like, we're doing just voice acting, and for us, we're tipping our toes, but like, I have no idea how I should be able to control my voice. Like, what are the things that I can do to get myself into the right direction? And then it just takes practice after a while.
Me personally, and there's different methods. Me personally, and it works for me, and so I help other people, is I think about, okay, what is the character like? What does he want from the thing he's saying? What does he want the response in the character he's addressing to be? If he says, "You come here," well, he wants that person to come to him.
Yeah.
But if that person says, "I'm not coming over there, I'll kick your ass," all of a sudden now you've got conflict.
Yeah.
All right, well, then what happens? All right, so I think the first thing is just get into his head. What's he like? Tough, bad turn good, whatever.
Well, maybe like just
that's the first step, and then you start. Go ahead.
Okay. Like, there's just a little bit of lag between us, just so that we know. So, but would it be a good statement to say that actually voice acting is kind of like normal acting, but just without people seeing you physically?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think a screen actor, you can learn so much from a screen or theater actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could listen to Michael Caine masterclass on, looking at the camera, and that's going to work for you as a voice actor, even though no one sees you, because you're going to still have that attitude, that, that machismo. That's going to help. But yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And a lot of times you'll see voice actors, when they're in the booth and they look like they're acting, their hands are all over the place. They're acting. They are that character.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely say
that sounds very, very interesting, by the way, because like it kind of is like what we're touching on everything on this channel, right? I think there are certain ways that you can be guided to say, like, okay, try to watch that direction, try to watch that direction, but whatever you're trying to do, there's never going to be a shortcut where there's just going to be someone on stream that says, like, hey, do this magic thing, and boom, you can do it. Like, it really takes dedication where you have to put work in, try to get there, try to learn how you can control your own voice. So it is going to take time, whatever voice you're gonna do. Yeah.
And I think for the most part, yes, absolutely. But I think that you will also find that different characters come easier than maybe if someone doesn't have as low of a voice as Vegeta, maybe that will be a lot of work to get there. But maybe they could do one with a higher voice that's more mild mannered. Let's say maybe that's super easy. That just comes right to them, and they sound exactly like that person. So I think part of it, you're always pushing yourself, trying to push your limits, but also find what's easy for you and develop that as well.
Okay.
Don't just go for the hard stuff, go for the easy stuff and develop that, because everyone's a little different.
Okay. We have a question here from Boneless Chicken, which says, can you do an impression of Peter Griffin? Like, have you ever tried doing that?
I've never dialed him in. But yeah, the Peter Griffin. I would. He sort of talks in that Rhode Island northeastern accent. That's not exact, but on him, people that do it well, like what's it, Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
He sort of closes off his nasal passages, so he's sort of it's not nasally. It's like he's got a cold. He's not even breathing through his nose. It's sort of he's got that little bit of congestion almost, and he just says whatever's on his mind. He doesn't think about it before he just poof, there it goes. And so I would have to work on that. I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah. Like how would you close that nasal stuff that you just talked about?
Okay. Have you ever had a cold, right? So
yeah.
You have a cold and you can feel, I mean, this is so disgusting and I apologize, but and you can almost feel sort of the drainage going down your sinuses.
Yeah.
And where's a Kleenex? I need a Kleenex. And so you close off your nostrils like that to keep it from running down your throat. That's some horrible thing to say. That's nasty, but that's exactly what it is. You're blocking the passage between your nose and this. It sounds like you have a cold. And then if you do it like this,
but
it really sounds like you have
how do you physically block it? Is like, do you do something with your tongue or do you do something with your nose? Like, is it something that is inside, like in the back? Like how do you physically block it?
I mean, I would say it's in the back of your sinuses. So it's not your tongue. And just sort of think of the center of your head and sort of reduce the aperture of it. I don't know. That's a good. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's just you just sort of pinch everything together in your sinuses, like you're when me when I was a little kid, your nose is running, and so you sort of keep it from running till you go get a tissue. That's the same movement you're doing.
Like
but I don't really know.
I'm staring.
I don't know what it is.
I'm staring like very weird to my camera right now because I'm just trying to do what you just said. Like I have no clue where the middle thing is. I'm just going to my camera, right? Like trying to get into that middle part that you just said.
About voice acting, it makes you do things that you like. I didn't even know that was, a thing.
Try.
Yeah, I would keep messing around with it.
It's just like
sort of.
Yeah, you go first. Sorry, you go first.
I would say that the goal would be sound like you're congested. When someone has is completely congested, and so there's not a natural amount of air coming through their nasal passages because they've got a head cold. So they tend to sound more like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would just say try to sound like that. Maybe you have a different way of doing it. But
okay.
To be, I'm pitching off sort of the back of my nasal things, and then for Peter Griffin, it's not quite this bad. He just a little bit, and then you put in that Rhode Island accent, and it's I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're pretty close though. You're almost there.
I think it's enough to where I wouldn't be mistaken for Peter Griffin necessarily, but in an audio drama, I could be a sort of a ridiculous character.
Yeah,
that would be fun to listen to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try and see how we would be able to do it, because like Peter Griffin for me would be a hard one as well. Like I wish I could put like stuff on the stream right now, but if I do, there's a high chance I could get DMCA, so we're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for now it's been a pretty good session until now. We will see in the future if it comes back. Also, if the people that are watching right now and actually like it, that you could get on more as well. And if there are still questions, guys, I think now is the time, because mostly we have now like a 5 or 10 minute Q&A where people just fire questions if they have them. If they don't have them, well, it's good for me, because we've touched upon like the exercises that I'm going to be doing over the next days, weeks, months, years to like lower the voice, try and sing something. I think it's also going to help with like mood stuff, because if you're singing, you're like humming and so on. I think you just become happier in general. I don't know if that's actually something. And then about the Vegeta voice, it's literally just like, okay, hey, you know what I should do now is just go to Dragon Ball Z and watch more stuff about Vegeta, right?
Yeah. This is all stuff literally anybody can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
for sure.
It's been great for me. I think also like the voice acting stuff. Like, what would you say is the biggest difference between like a physical actor and like a voice actor? Like what and like skills, I would say.
Skills, usually on screen or in a stage, and I've done both of those. You're only going to be one character a lot of the time, especially in screen. You might, in a very small budget production, you might play somebody else who's heavily made up, but you're on the screen and you look like you. So unless you're wearing a mask or something, you can only be one person in the production.
Yeah.
In voice acting, you might be 10 or 15 people in one production. So you've got to come up with, and of course, it's only the sound, not the visual, but 10 or 15 people, that's a lot of different voices to come up with to be able to differentiate, especially if they're interacting. So I had a scene one time where I had to talk to myself as two different guys. And so I had to work with that director to make sure that those characters were had some very different aspects to their voice, so it wouldn't, the listener's not going to be like, hey, that's the same guy.
Yeah, and would you like constantly switch between your voices, or would you just do all of the lines from one character and then all of the lines of the other one?
You can do it either way. I did it. I switched back and forth just because I think that's cooler. But either one works, though. That can definitely work to just like read the script, say all the lines for character A, and then come back and all the lines for character B. Either one would work.
Okay. We have a question here from Boneless Chicken. Have you ever been assigned to a voice that you didn't want to do?
No, I think that's part of being a voice actor. You you like a challenge, and so I think every voice you want to say, yeah, I want to make this my voice, and so it's kind of fun. I've had voices that were harder, like, oh, I don't know if I can do that, or whatever. I'll have to work extra hard to get a believable character. But no, I don't think I've ever had a voice I didn't want to do.
Okay. Like we have a statement here of Mary, but I'm going to kind of like switch it to a question because I think there's something interesting in there, which is she says that like in voice acting you need to add a lot of more emotion to your voice, while in like physical screen, like it's more about physical acting and the face that you might be making and like the physical things that you do. So for me, that question would be like, is how would you be able to add certain emotions into that voice? Like what is it that you do to get that emotion in there?
Yeah, so a lot of the times that's one way is the distance from the microphone. So in let's say a stage production where everyone is 100 feet away, you have a lot more big reactions. So someone comes in a room and you're like, oh, whereas on screen that would be ridiculous, and so it's kind of like, oh, hey. It's a lot more subtle on a screen.
Mm-hmm.
In voice acting, it's the same thing. You just want to be, and it also depends on the style of the production. Sometimes, it needs to be very nuanced. If it's more sincere, if it's like a drama
Mm-hmm.
where you're trying to touch someone's heart, kind of a thing, it would probably be more nuanced, very slight. Whereas if it's a comedy, a lot of the times it's going to be more funny to have a big, a larger type of reaction. So yes, I mean, Mary, absolutely right. But at the same time, you're still acting, and whatever that director needs is what you're gonna. It's not going to be all the same. That screen actor is going to be taking direction from the director and things like that. Same with a voice. If it needs a big sound or a small sound, or get right up on the mic where it sounds intimate, or far away where it sounds like you're talking to a group, whatever it needs, you know.
Okay. Because what Mary says here as well is like she says that voice acting kind of needs a little bit of exaggeration and like physical acting. Would you say that's correct, or?
Say that again. I think I.
Oh, so she says I just think voice acting needs to be a little bit exaggerated, unlike physical acting.
Well, it quite literally depends on the production. In some cases, absolutely, you're right. Other cases, you don't need it. It just depends on what the producer and the director want. So, yeah, in a lot of cases, absolutely.
Okay. Like the last time we talked, which was like I think this morning for me, like 20 hours ago.
Yeah.
Like what are some of your favorite voices that you'd like to do? Like, could you give us like a couple samples?
Of say that again, man. My connection is crap right now.
Yeah. I think you're on Wi-Fi right now or something. Like maybe like the cable would help, because like sometimes your video lags as well, but it's not super bad. But what I said was like, would you be able to show us like a couple samples of your favorite voices that you've done, where you would be like I really love to play this guy, and then just like do a couple lines that you've ever did.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's see. What have I done that I do? I've done a lot of stuff. Trying to look on the list here. So I do a lot of cowboy. Is like a lot of stuff out west, out in Texas.
Okay.
So I like to do a kind of a Texas accent a lot of the time, and a lot of the time it's going to be a narration. So I just did this thing for it's a true crime podcast, except it's set in the old west, and so it's very cowboy, very western, and it's got this big Texas sound, and it just sounds like something bad's about to happen. Somebody's about to get their ass cut. I like Texas stuff. I like sort of a Cockney style, a bit of Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Sort of toe out the back of the throat. A tough guy. You know what I'm saying? And I like that one. I like the sort of the BBC, the posh British accent, where it's just sort of Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Hiddleston, a lot of the people on the BBC, the royal family, perhaps. I always like doing that. And I like accents from way down south, where it's like, because that's where I'm from, in the southern United States.
Oh,
so it's the southern accent's very British, believe it or not, in its what do you call it? Pronunciation. You just have different stresses on the syllables is the only thing. It's very British, believe it or not.
oh yeah. Well, it sounds like True Blood. If you ever seen True Blood.
Yeah, exactly. That's set in Louisiana, so I'm in the area, like very close to that. Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Like when you said it, I was immediately thinking of True Blood. Like it was the exact same style. I was thinking of like the blonde girl
good ear.
That is indeed okay, perfect.
That's a deep South accent.
We got a question here from Joe, which is, I don't want to be a voice actor, but want to sound confident, assertive, and bold in conversations. Do you have any tips for that?
Yes, that's a great question. I was in before I was a voice actor, I was like an Army officer, right? So I was right out of college, and I was in charge of these warriors, and I hadn't been to war, they had. And so I'm in charge of them, and how are they going to listen to me? And so one is be sincere, be yourself. And no matter where your voice is or what it sounds like, when you're sincere, you're truthful in yourself, that will exude a confidence. And then also think before you speak. Don't shoot your mouth off. I don't know you, but I'm sure that you even asked that question. It means your head's in the right place, because people that are not those things are usually not asking that kind of question. So just, be yourself, be truthful. Like I said, think before you speak. And then almost a voice acting note is when you inflect downwards. So it sounds like you're making if you're making a statement, like, I need you to go over there and do that thing. It needs to sound like you're inflecting down of fact, or that kind of thing, as opposed to, because I mentioned earlier, some people say, like, I need you to go over there and do this thing. Hey, well, it sounds like I'm asking you a question, or like, it's confusing. So I think, just inflect downwards, and it's going to have the effect of being confident. I know what I'm talking about because I've took 2 seconds to think about the sentence before I said it. And then, I'm truthful. So if you're doing those things, I think you're going to go far with being, confident, assertive, and just being a.
So like I like what I hear definitely is like the moment you want to be more confident in what you're saying, it also feels something like I feel something it's about also being in the right mindset. Like if you would not be in the right mindset, like you would not be possible to put enough confidence into the character. So like for example, if we would go for the cowboy voice, I think you have more confidence in the cowboy voice, so that you're literally like, yeah, I'm this 1800 person. I just walk into the bar and I'll just steal all your money. Like it's getting in there because like we have a sentence here from Mara she would like us to say. I'm gonna try it first, and then you can do the same thing. It should be like in a cowboy voice kind of thing. If she just wants to hear it, because we know that we're gonna make her laugh here. But it's the sentence itself is. Well, 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 don't you look mighty fine on this fine morning?
Okay. All right. So now that is very Southern, as far as from the Southeastern part. That's but okay, cowboy would be like, well, 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 Mary, you are looking mighty fine this morning. So that would be sort of like a cowboy style. Whereas if you were more gentlemanly, like from the Southeastern, would be like you just did. I thought it was great. You sound like
Really?
like an old. Oh yeah, it's just like well, well, well.
An old guy with a monocle.
Yeah, with a monocle and maybe a top hat.
Here's $1.
You are looking mighty fine today.
That would be funny. Wait, let me try it again. Well, 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 don't you look mighty fine on this fine morning, man? Here's $1 for you. Just get a drink, baby. That's so funny. That's good. We got another question here from Joe. Since you mentioned you're an army officer, do you think being silent and talking when absolutely necessary gives a more powerful vibe?
Well, to some extent, absolutely. I think anytime you have, think about, let's say, diamonds, okay? And hold on.
In the sky.
Bear with me. Diamonds are valuable. Why is that? Do you pave your driveway with diamonds? Do you go down a diamond road? No, because they're not plentiful. The reason why a diamond is valuable is because there's not very many of them. So I think when you have few words, then yes, I think your words become more valuable. When you're always talking, I think it can be the tendency that people sort of like, yeah, okay, whatever, dude. You know.
Welcome to the streamer life, baby.
Okay. Whereas when you don't talk, but when you now you're a YouTuber, you've got to talk.
I have to talk.
But I'm saying in a, right. And this is I'm more thinking along the terms that Joe's talking about.
Yeah, sure.
In a job or sort of a classroom situation, you got to talk. But yeah, Joe, I would say, the less you talk, the more valuable your words become. Which, oh, Joe just said something. Oh, Joe's talking. Everybody be quiet. And I think it has that effect.
Well, I do think that like what I personally want to add to it, because we also do some coaching sessions on here, is that it also depends on how much confidence you're going to say those words. Because like for example, if you're not really a talker, and because Joe here says there's a quote that I read that says always be careful of the most silent person in the room, that has two meanings there, right? If you are more of a person where you are silent, but whenever you say something you freaking mean it, then I think that really applies to what Jake here just said, and I would agree with it. But if you're mostly the silent person in the room because you're not confident enough to speak what is on your mind, then that's a whole other scenario where you're looking at right there. Because, like, for example, like, what is it what you want? And, like, everyone is saying something, you're like, I want some ice cream. Like, it's not going to be there. But if you're just the person that is just like, I want ice cream, and everyone's like, oh, shit, he wants ice cream, right? I think that's, like, the difference.
Right. Great point. Joe, I think I would definitely agree. Like, why are you quiet? That would be an important part. If you're scared, that's going to be a different kind of a silence than a confident, like, I know y'all are all full of shit. I know all about everything y'all are talking about, and no one's asking my opinion, and I'm going to let you, you know, like, that's a whole nother kind of confidence, because you know you're right, or you know, whatever. So yeah, I think why you're silent is a big part of it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're truthful, I think that breeds confidence, because you've got nothing to hide. You're not trying to think, oh, what do I have to, you know, make my stories match and all this stuff. When you're truthful, it's gonna breed confidence within you.
I think it's also like very interesting, because like if we go back to a little bit of the like the mindset part and so on, there, like if we would go into the part where you said like, okay, I'm afraid to say something, then the mindset is actually like, I don't believe in the character that I am right now, which is literally yourself. And if you do believe in yourself, it's, I think the confidence comes more out of it. Like, for example, right now, because I made Mary laugh and I see everyone here in the chat likes it, I can definitely play the rich dude with the monocle. Like, I could literally just be in a scenario, so, yeah, just all of you just talk. I'm the one with the dollar. Like, something like that, right? So, I think it's very interesting to have voice acting, to be honest, actually aligning also with like a mental state. I think that is very cool to have that.
I agree.
Boneless says, when in your life did you decide you wanted to become a voice actor?
Great question. About 2010, I was listening to a audiobook from the Chronicles of Narnia series called The Magician's Nephew, narrated by Kenneth Branagh, and the British actor. And that's when I decided I wanted to do it. He was so unbelievable. He brought those characters, and I'd already read the book multiple times, and yet he still brought them to life in a way that I'd never heard. And I thought, I want to do that someday. Yeah. And it was probably 5 years before I started making steps towards that. But yeah, that was when it was. Great question.
If someone was like here in chat thinking about such a career, like what advice would you give them if they're trying to start it?
Okay. I would say, don't let anybody tell you you can't. If you want to do it, do it. All right. There's a lot of bad information on YouTube and the internet. Don't listen to that. Listen to people that tell you hey, you can do it. It'll be a lot of work, but you could do it. Listen to those people. But I would say more specifically, practice exactly like what we were talking about earlier. Find characters you like, learn to imitate them, get some voices, get 4 or 5 voices you talk to your friends in for an extended period of time, and read classic literature out loud. Shakespeare, the King James Bible, just Tolstoy,
the
classic
Bible.
literature. because it's like,
next Wednesday, holy stream.
If it's classic and it's been around for hundreds of years, go for it. If it's less than 100 years old, get out of it. But go for the old stuff. And what that does, the writing is good. It's classic. It's been around. And especially if it's, I mean, if you can find the script to it. So let's say you can read along with Macbeth and hear Richard Burton or Patrick Stewart as Macbeth, and you're looking at the writing, but you're hearing Patrick Stewart as Macbeth. That's going to help you a lot. And just practice. Get you a little mic, get you a computer, which everyone, if you're watching this, obviously you have a computer. Find a place in your bedroom or your closet, pad it with pillows and blankets, get nice, you can have a little pillow fort and make sound, and then start recording and just do it. That's how I started.
Well, I
was in a closet on a Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I started. Exactly. Like I didn't do it differently than exactly what I'm saying. I'm telling you how I did it. I think anyone could do that.
I think what I'm gonna do with this information, because I just had the greatest idea in my mind, but we'll see here if Chad also agrees with what I'm about to say. I think what I should do is not just end the stream with a high five, because mostly we end the stream say like, oh, we end the stream in 3, 2, 1, and then high five. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up an epic story like we just read in the beginning. I'll just go on whatever website I was at. I think it was Tumblr, right? Just go to an epic story and then just end the stream by telling a story. Like it would train the voice. It would provide an epic story to the people listening. People would stay and be like, okay, it's time to go to bed. Here's a bed story. I think it would be so fucking awesome if we could actually pull this off. It would give great content, because then every time I tell a story, I could put the story on YouTube and put it in shorts and whatever. Like, I think it's going to be so amazing. We could even, like Mary is just saying right here, we could read from the Bible, like, so, and Mary went to Jonas or whatever his name was and said, I'm pregnant. Stuff like that.
One thing, no, you're exactly right. And another thing that I think is funny is read the Bible, except Jesus is a Southerner. Like, that makes it like, what is going on right now? That it makes it funny.
that would be amazing. Take a story and give like a different accent to it. Like, what if Iron Man was actually the evil person? It just goes be like, haha, I have the stones now. I think it would be amazing. It would be perfect content. So yeah, I will definitely integrate that. We have another question from Joe here. What is the criteria in your head for a job well done? Like, what is a box that you should check to determine if you're satisfied with voice acting work?
I'm assuming, Joe, that you mean an individual job, like when I record it and then I'm about to send it off. I'm going to answer it like that. And if that's not what you mean, please rephrase. So when I record, I have to be satisfied. If I don't like it, then I don't care if the client likes it. I want to be satisfied first. When I've done my best, then I will hear from the client. And sometimes they still want, well, I would, this needs to be more adjusted. This needs whatever. And no, I'm happy to make revisions. But if I don't like it and the client does, I'll still redo it, and just to give them another take. I think you are your own worst critic if you're honest with yourself. I know I am. And I think that, you want to be happy, proud of your performance, and then you pass it on.
I think here, Joe, to like also add something to it, I think that's with everything. Like, for example, I'm a security consultant. I do like analysis throughout the day. I have to deliver certain documents to a certain person, and like what you do is upfront, if you would have a client, you agree upon like, hey, I want kind of this accent, I want to do this, would you be able to do it? You say yes. And then the moment you want to deliver the document, in my case, if I'm an analyst, if I'm not okay with the document that I'm about to deliver, then I'm going to tell the person like, hey, the information that is in here right now, it's not good enough. Like, we need more info, or we need to change something, or I think this or this can be better. And you make like some suggestions or whatever. But it's also being about like proud about your work, and it's about anything. It's about creating music, it's about acting, it's about streaming. Like, I can sometimes end a stream that is maybe very high energy, that is everything there, and at the end of the stream I could literally be like, damn, that stream sucked, just because I felt it was not good. And sometimes you guys might be like, wow, what the fuck is this stream, right? And then I'm like, no, that was like the best stream in my life. Like, it just more, it's about like what you like as well, with having certain criteria. And for streaming in this scenario, criteria would be you have a good mic, you have maybe a camera that people can see you, you have a good streaming setup where if I press a button, stuff changes, I have voice stuff where I can make people cry as long as I want, so I can keep pressing it, right? So that's I think the stuff there. We have Boneless with also a question. It's like, sometimes I'm insecure about my voice. Could you give any tips there?
I used to be very insecure about my voice, Boneless. So I wouldn't worry about that. You be you. I mean, look at your fingertips, okay? Unless you're a part of the mafia that like burns their fingertips off or whatever, so the police don't find them when they rob a bank, your fingertips are different than everybody else's. That's you. That's very unique. But your voice is the same way. It has, no matter what it sounds like, and I can't hear your voice, but I guarantee you what I'm saying is true. Your voice has some qualities to it that no one else on earth has. And if I knew you well enough, I would be able to recognize your voice over the phone. Oh, hey, Boneless. So like, I wouldn't worry about that. You be you, and you can always try and imitate people and that kind of a thing. But probably what that's going to do is that'll give you voices in your toolbox, but it'll just give you confidence to be yourself, because that's the coolest thing you could be, is yourself. Whether you're bringing a character to life that's believable, or you're just interacting with someone, a friend or a stranger. I used to have a very nasally voice that kind of sort of sounded like this.
Like SpongeBob. No, like Squidward. Like Squidward. Yeah. Exactly like Squidward.
Right.
Come on, SpongeBob. Why are we doing this? We have to get to work.
Exactly. That was me. So I didn't like to hear myself. And I just sort of, I don't know, I grew out of it. I focused on, like, even I'm going to be a nice person, and I'm going to be honest with folks, and I'm going to be good to them, and I'm going to be kind, and then pretty soon as I grew up, my voice got a little deeper. And then now I don't have that problem unless I want to talk like that. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, because somebody somewhere needs your voice for their project. I will say that. Somebody somewhere needs your voice that's here, that you can hear in your headset from your vocal cords in their project, whether it's a character or the narrator or whatever. Somebody needs you. You just got to find them.
And Boneless adds to that in your explanation is like, my voice sounds really young compared to my actual age. That's why I don't speak to people on Discord other than people I know in real life.
I mean, okay, no problem. There's nothing wrong with that. When you're 100 years old and you sound 25, that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, actually,
a long career as a voice actor.
That would indeed be cool. Just like this old man just be like, "Hello, boys." Instead of just being like, "Hello, boys. Today it's the stream. We're going to kill people when I press this button."
Exactly. You're like 101 years old, and it's like, today, kids, we're gonna get on a
just an old guy. That'd be so cool, man.
I know.
That'd be amazing.
Use it to your advantage. I wouldn't worry about that.
Just be like a guy that just goes on like, back in the day when I was an Xbox 360, I fucked your mom. Like it's just this old guy, 80 dude, just with a 25-year-old voice. It would be very cool. Like, yeah, badass.
Exactly.
Joe says that he has heard of diaphragmatic breathing. What is that, and how do you do it? Does that improve the throw of your voice?
Maybe diaphragmatic, like from your diaphragm, maybe. So we're talking about like from your chest.
From the chest. Oh yeah, well that's one problem that I have. When I'm in this chair, like I always bend forward, and because I bend forward, like the air that always comes out is more from the top and not from the bottom. So when I would be just like be a bit more slot and just be like, yeah, okay, I'll just sit back and relax and just be like, yeah, right? Like, I'm the man. You want to fight me, boy? Then I can really like get to the bottom.
Right. So there's really two kinds of breathing. There's the belly breathing. So your stomach ought to be coming out. And then there's the diaphragm, breathing from the diaphragm, where it's your chest comes out. So it's like, and so there's really two places you can breathe from. And when you can do that, that'll help build your characters too, because you can push the air from a different spot. So that's good to sort of learn. It's not hard to learn, but it just takes, just think about breathing, make your stomach come out when you breathe, and then make your chest come out when you breathe, and then start messing around with voices.
Joe, for that as well, I'm gonna add to something as well. Like we had the public speaking person that came in, and he also said like, if you start breathing like this, what you're gonna feel is that one, your voice is going to be louder because you're going to speak from your stomach and not from the top. It's gonna just get a little bit lower because it's not like you're in a breath and you're trying to say as much as you can, because that's also a problem. And like when you slow down, as what Jake here said in the beginning, you can say a lot more. It's like instead of like catching your breath after a while, I could literally like pull up this one story that we were reading, and I could literally be breathe, and you'll see my belly will just get like I will have a beer belly at that point, and it's gonna be like, everyone has a reaper. The further away it is, the longer you have left to live. Every day it inches a little bit closer, but it is always there, except yours, which disappeared 3 weeks ago. That was in one breath. Like normally, if you say a normal sentence, like you breathe just a little bit every single time, that entire sentence was in one breath, because you can really like breathe with this, right? And I think what someone once told me is to like put your hands on your belly and just make sure that they go up and down. That's how you feel that you're breathing from down here. Like that's something you could try.
Yeah, I agree. That's good.
Okay, well, we are at the end of the stream here, actually, so we're going to immediately do what I said, and we're going to find the story, and we're going to read that story. It's going to be great. I don't know, like, do you still have time to stick for the story, or is it like, yeah?
I'll listen in.
Okay, then I'll try and find a story that isn't like a 5-pager, because I do want to read something, but it's not like, it doesn't have to be like a 5-pager. Well, let me see here. What is this? Can I see this? Because it's hard. It's going to be hard. Let's try. You know what? Let's try and find a love story. How about that? Love story short. Let's see. 17 cute short love stories. Let's see what happens here.
Between Mary and the cowboy, perhaps.
we could. Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna have the old man with the monocle. And I'll just see what happens, whatever happens in the story. We'll just make some characters up. So we have one voice that is going to do the entire reading. It's kind of like what's his name again? I forgot his name. God. His name is God in every movie. I forgot his name.
Morgan Freeman.
Like, yeah, that's the guy. Like, he's gonna be the guy that is gonna say Very everything, nice. and then we'll see. Choice. Okay, let's go. It was a glorious, colorful autumn. We just left the coffee shop. When we walked by, she had giggled and pulled me inside, saying, "Come on, let's be basic white girls and get some pumpkin spice." I don't like coffee. I never had. But when she handed me my cup and I looked into my eyes while I tried it, it was the best thing I ever tasted. My hand still tingled where she grabbed it. As we walked through the park with our drinks, a light drizzle began to fall. She pulled out an umbrella from her bag. I pulled up my hood and hunched my shoulders. "Don't be silly," she giggled, pulling me under the umbrella with her. I couldn't help but laugh too. Her laugh is infectious. As the sun started to shine again, she pulled me down to sit on a bench. She beamed down at me, and I could only gaze back adoringly. "So, Ava," she began. I knew the tone of the voice. "It's dangerous." "Why do you like me?" she whispered, and I looked away. I wanted to say, You 1,000 times. You're the only one I can ever think about. You're gorgeous, sweet, funny, and... Instead, I shrugged. My shoulders and I looked down at my cup. She looked at me with a cautious smile. "If I tell you mine, will you tell me yours?" "Okay," I said. "The person I like is you." I dropped my drink. that was it. I felt it.
Very nice. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay, that's actually, guys, I'm gonna add this. I find this amazing. I find it funny. We're gonna add this at the end of every stream. I'm gonna say a story. You guys pick if it's an epic story, love story, sad story, whatever. You choose the emotion. Like, this is gonna be amazing. Yeah, that's a great addition. That's why I love doing this shit. You know, like, get people on the stream and just like explore, tip our toes, because it's pure content.
That's awesome, man. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, you good job as well. Like, thank you very much, Jake, for being here. For the people that are watching right now, I'm just gonna quickly switch to another screen here. I am gonna show you Jake's Fiverr profile, because if you want to book him as well for private sessions, or maybe even a session like we just did online, you can find him. Let me see here. Orders Jake Phillips 16, if I'm not mistaken. This is his profile. I'll just make sure that I spam it in chat right now. That's the profile. If you wanted, you can click that link. You'll get to his profile as well. He has live 20-minute calls, 45 minutes, and a premium 60 minutes. That's the one that I have right now normally. And as you can see, like, it's a very good session. Like, I think Jake knows what he's talking about. Also, it was cool. Definitely what I like most was where you came with the scenarios and you're just like, yeah, do this scenario and do not back out. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Like, that, I love that. I think it makes you find voices you might have not known before that you could do. And yes. What I would love to do, and I don't know if that is something possible in the future, is when we have a session, is to explore voices. So where you say like, hey, here's a script, or here's a scenario, I want to play this out with you, where you are going to be voice acting and I'm going to be voice acting, and we're just trying to screw each other over. Like, you say like, I want this to happen with you, so I'm gonna act this way, and I'm gonna act like this so that I want something to happen with you, and then have like this very funny scenario play out. I think that those streams will be freaking amazing.
Yeah, I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Just, I don't know, like, you have like a space cowboy or whatever, just with a robot that you want to do something with. Like, I think it's space cowboys and robots, people. That's where we're gonna go to. Yeah, I think that's gonna be great.
That's awesome.
So now to say in Vegeta's voice, any last words, worm?
No, I appreciate you having me on, man. I've had a lot of fun. I've enjoyed watching you perform.
Thank you.
The ice cream girl and the cowardly T-Rex and the bank robber and the love story really got me. Yeah.
Got me to the heart, bro. To the heart. Amazing.
Good deal. It was fun.
Okay. For everyone in chat here, thank you so much for being here. This is where the stream ends, though. You know how we always end the streams. We end the streams with a high five. So be ready in 3, 2, 1. Kapow! There we go.